Hi, welcome to our page on distracted driving. If you're here, you're likely looking for information about what to do if you've been involved in an accident with a distracted driver. If you take any time to look around our site, you'll know that we are dedicated to doing what we can to combat distracted driving, which has become, in my opinion, an epidemic in this culture. Can't go 5 feet down the road without seeing someone who's looking at a text or checking email or doing something else that's causing them to not pay attention to the conditions around them. And that's fine until it's not, and until they cause an accident. So if you're here, you're wondering, what do I do? You're probably overwhelmed. There's lots of information out there. It can be really overwhelming. So I'm going to give you 6 quick tips about things that you need to consider, and that if you can't do for yourself, you should think about talking to a lawyer to help you. Number 1, take care of yourself. You need to get medical treatment for your injuries. That is the first and should frankly be your number 1 and only real priority. If it's your child who's hurt, it's even more of a priority, or any other family member. Get help, get treatment, and let somebody who's qualified to help you do what they can to take care of the rest. Number 2, you need to get a copy of the police report. That will include identification of witnesses, identification of insurance companies, and potentially, if the individual was charged with some sort of vehicular violation, it will be indicated on the police report. So it's important to get that. Number 3 is you need to identify and contact any witnesses in the case. They're typically identified, again, on the police report, and either you or your attorney or an investigator needs to go out and contact them. Get them to give statements in writing, sworn statements, because people tend to forget things as time goes on. And you have to remember that witnesses move, they leave, they change jobs, they go to school. They may not be there when you need them, so it's really important that you track them down early on in the case. If you were hurt, you need to think about contacting the district attorney if the other person was charged with distracted driving. If there's injuries in a case, it will affect what type of plea bargain is made in the context of a distracted driving ticket. That's really important because you don't want the person who hit you to be able to just plead this down to a non-moving violation like parking on the pavement. So it's important to reach out to them proactively early on. Next, if they were charged and if there was a plea, you'll want to get what's called a certificate of disposition. That's a document that shows what the plea was in the case and proves, in some cases, that the person who hit you was actually at fault for the accident. That can go a long way down the road in helping to streamline the process of recovering after you've been involved in one of these accidents. And finally, you're going to want to be sure that you deal with the insurance company in a way that's beneficial to you. If you or your family member is hurt, you're going to be getting a letter from the insurance company for the other driver at some point. They will pretend to be your friend, but they are not. Okay? Their job is to pay as little as possible. And they may try to get the case resolved very quickly, but if you're not recovered, if you're still treating, if you don't know what your injuries are, you really don't want to resolve the case too early because this is your only day to handle this case. And if you settle it and you resolve it early, that's it. You're out of luck. Those are just a few of the issues you need to think about. This is what we do every day. So if you have questions, give us a call. We are happy to help.